Morning guys, I hope we're doing well. Getting that first 30 days clean and sober, really important part of the sobriety journey, getting that first month clean and sober. But it can be incredibly difficult and it's easy to question it that first couple of weeks. Is it worth it? All the effort that you're putting in? And the answer is yes, it absolutely is. And I'm just going to talk through a few of the benefits that I think you'll get during that first 30 days clean and sober. Number one is reduced anxiety. Now, I remember when I was stuck in active addiction, my anxiety was terrible. Even things like, walking around a supermarket, being out around people in public, I was always on edge, had that kind of cloud of anxiety over me all the time. And it's only when you start to get clean and sober, you realize how bad it was. I'm not saying after 4 weeks it's going to be all gone, you're going to feel amazing, but the edge can definitely come off it during that first month clean and sober. After a month away from alcohol, cocaine, addictive behaviors, anxiety can start to drop. That's what it did with me, and it's kind of carried on in the months clean and sober after that. Sleep, better sleep. This is a massive one, and I guess it's going to help as well with the anxiety as well. Better sleep patterns. When I was stuck in addiction, my sleep was all over the place. Obviously, if you have problems with things like cocaine, alcohol, generally you're up late or up for days on end in some cases. But when you start to get clean and sober, your sleep pattern can start to get a bit better. I remember I'd rarely sleep for more than 2 to 3 hours at a time. I'd wake up, go back to sleep, wake up. But I've noticed as the time went on in sobriety, started to sleep for a lot longer, a lot deeper sleep, which is going to have so many benefits for your overall health. Third thing is living environment. Now, when you're stuck in addiction, especially things like alcohol, cocaine, living environment can become extremely chaotic, especially if you're using maybe multiple times per week. Your place, your living environment can end up looking like a drug den. That is pretty much what happened with my living environment towards the end of my addiction. Alcohol bottles everywhere, coke wrappers, just an absolute mess. Totally different to how I live now, thankfully. But after a few weeks clean and sober, you can start to become a little bit more organized, a little bit of a cleaner living environment. Again, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect after the first month, but things can start looking a bit better. And a good, clean living environment really does make you feel so much better. It's something you almost, when you're stuck in addiction, you get used to living in complete chaos in every area of your life. So getting basic things sorted, like a clean living environment, it helps so much. The fourth thing is you start to look healthier. Now, I remember during active addiction, I had a lot of people telling me, Lee, you look unwell. What's going on? What's up with you? You don't look well. And obviously, I guess I wasn't well at the time. I was using a lot of cocaine all the time, alcohol, and it has a massive impact on the way you look, skin and eyes in particular. And when you start to get clean and sober, even after a few weeks, you can really notice a dramatic difference in the way you look, especially facially. Eyes can start to look a lot clearer and brighter, skin less red, flaky. That was a big one for me during addiction. My skin just looked terrible all the time. I used to actually blame it, because it's cold, my skin looks terrible, but it really wasn't that. It was all the cocaine I was using, the alcohol, the sleepless nights, the stress I was putting under myself under. But when you get clean and away from that, it's going to start to improve massively. End up looking like a few years younger, hopefully. Now, the last benefit I'm going to talk about is mood. Moods become a lot more stable. This is probably the biggest one for me in that first month, and it's still a benefit that I consider now, nearly 2 years into sobriety. You become a lot more stable, less emotionally reactive. When you're regularly using things like cocaine, alcohol, going on benders, your moods become very erratic, up and down all the time. You become very reactive, even to the smallest of things tend to bother you. But after a few weeks, clean and sober, away from that, things can start to stabilize massively. And I'm not going to go into it in this video, but it will have massive positive impacts on relationships, friendships, things like that, because you become a better person to be around. So guys, there you have it. There's 5 benefits that you can get there that first 30 days clean and sober. If you're struggling at the moment, you're on your own journey, maybe you're only a couple of days in, you're finding things difficult, I've got a free 7-day clean and sober guide that you can download. Just put in your email address and that will get sent straight to you. I've also started a recovery newsletter that I'm going to be sending out every couple of weeks. Just tips, advice, general recovery stuff that I think will be helpful to you guys. And yeah, if you're interested in addiction recovery and rebuilding, hit subscribe. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Have a great weekend.